Hey guys, welcome back to the Colin O'Reilly Show. This week I'm going to be talking about the science of immortality and some of the really cool technologies and medical research that is being done right now to extend human lifespans. And for the third week in a row now, I'm going to be closing the show out with an update on the mystery drones of New Jersey. This week, the federal government announced they're shutting down even more airspace to drones in the state. Drones and other strange craft seem to be appearing more and more around the world now, as continues to be reported via eyewitness accounts as uploaded to all the big social media sites right now. It's really fascinating time to be a UFO nerd. I should know I am one. By the end of today's episode, you will be totally up to date on humanity's quest for eternal life and all of the latest and greatest groundbreaking science they are using to help us get there. And you will also be the most informed weirdo in your neighborhood regarding the gradual invasion of UFO drones that seem to be taking place across the globe now. So cool. Okay, first up, today we're diving into the fascinating world of human longevity and the scientific quest for immortality. It's a quest that's as old as human history itself. From the legendary pharaohs of ancient Egypt to the fountain of youth, we have always sought ways to extend our life and evade death. Today, that age-old dream is taking shape through scientific advancements that hold the promise of significantly extending the human lifespan. One modern-day visionary in this intriguing field is Ray Kurzweil. He is a futurist and inventor who has made some bold predictions about human longevity. He works for Google as a consultant for extending human lifespans and believes that by 2030, we will achieve what he calls longevity escape velocity, where medical advances will prolong human life by more than a year every year. Google even started a longevity foundation years ago to support this mission. As Kurzweil said recently, quote, "We have the means right now to live long enough to live forever." His predictions are ambitious, but they are grounded in the rapid pace of current technological advancements. His theory suggests that if we can extend life expectancy faster than we age, we could theoretically achieve immortality. Another scientific field that is making rapid and tangible advancements in the goal to live forever is epigenetics, which is playing a crucial role in extending the human lifespan. Epigenetics refers to changes in gene expression that don't involve alterations to the DNA sequence itself. These changes can be influenced by various factors, including lifestyle and environmental variables, and they offer new insights into how we can potentially extend human life. David St. Clair, a professor of genetics at Harvard Medical School, has made significant contributions to this field. Sinclair's research on epigenetic reprogramming has shown that it can reverse age-related changes in cells, offering a potential pathway to rejuvenate aged tissue and combat age-related diseases. One fascinating concept emerging from this research is the information theory of medicine. This theory proposes that aging is driven by the loss of critical epigenetic information rather than just the accumulation of genetic mutations. In the future, hospitals might use epigenetic treatments to roll back a person's biological clock to a healthier pre-disease state instead of trying to cure each ailment independently. By restoring lost epigenetic information, it could be possible to rejuvenate tissues and organs, effectively turning back the clock on aging and disease. Sinclair's work is already being used in trials for macular degeneration, where researchers are attempting to roll back the age of cells in the human eye to prevent age-related vision loss. The emergence of advanced medications is also playing a large role in the reversal of aging. One such drug is called rapamycin, which targets aging at the cellular level and shows great promise. Interestingly, rapamycin's life extension effects were discovered accidentally through veterinary medical research, and the drug is currently being used to extend the lifespan of dogs by several years. I thought that was so cool. Another promising drug being researched is resveratrol, a compound naturally found in grapes and red wine. It's being studied and synthesized for its potential to activate a group of proteins associated with longevity and health. There's another one I found called everolimus, a derivative of rapamycin. It has similar properties and is currently being studied for its potential to extend lifespan and improve health in elderly adults. Um, there's also something called senolytics. These are drugs designed to selectively target and eliminate senescent cells, which are cells that have stopped dividing and contribute to aging and age-related diseases. Once the realm of science fiction, drugs like these underscore how the rapidly advancing science of immortality is already changing lives and even beginning to trickle down to our pets, offering both of us a longer and healthier existence. I want a dog and a cat that can live to be 700 years old. By targeting the cellular mechanisms that contribute to aging, these new types of medications offer a new approach that has potential to significantly increase human lifespans. And looking even farther into the future, brain-machine interfaces, like Neuralink, which I'm sure you've heard about, which is like a microchip you can put in your brain. BMIs, as they're also known, brain machine interfaces, are offering another really exciting frontier in this field. These interfaces could potentially allow humans to upload their consciousness, preserving their memories and identities in a digital format. The theoretical process would involve transferring a little bit of your consciousness to a brain chip at a time, like bit by bit, bit by bite, until your entire consciousness is uploaded onto a brain machine interface type device. New products like Neuralink aim to develop these BMIs that can interface directly with the mind, opening up not only possibilities for enhancing cognitive functions and treating neurological conditions, but potentially for achieving a form of digital immortality. Additionally, the rapid advancement of robotics can further allow humans to live immortal type existences through advanced physical hardware they could then transfer and download their consciousness into. Another intriguing possibility is that one day advanced AI could be tasked with studying the process of human death and could one day discover physics of some kind behind the transfer of a human soul or consciousness to the afterlife, thereby potentially establishing a way to communicate with those in the astral realm. Historical figures like Henry Ford and the women's suffrage movement used seances frequently to connect with the spiritual world when seeking guidance and advice for reaching their respective political or economic goals. And according to the History Channel, there have even been rumors of the U.S. government having possession of paranormal ghost technology, which raises the possibility of hybrid machines built by both human and spirits to physically traverse or communicate with each other on the other side. Another possibility I find just as intriguing is the idea of time travel and human immortality. Could hyper advanced quantum AI one day be able to help us design a reliable form of temporal travel? Quantum computing processes already occur outside our natural time stream, and we all know now that we live in a universe where UFOs are real, and based on the recorded speed of some of these UFOs, and as well as allowed by Einstein's equations describing relativity, the concept of time travel is no longer stuck in science fiction. It's based in real physics and could one day be a real possible technical option for humans. The ability to move through time could act as a method of modern immortality by providing a safeguard against sudden death or injury by essentially undoing the unaliving event. Additionally, information about terrorist attacks or natural disasters could be relayed from the future to the past, allowing for preemptive actions that could prevent accidents, pandemics, and save lives. Maybe one day there could even be like a temporal life insurance service that could roll back the clock to a moment before a person experiences a fatal incident. That would be awesome. Another intriguing concept uh, is quantum teleportation. Is inspired by ideas popularized in shows like Star Trek, Beam Me Up, Scotty. The process of teleportation would involve atomic disintegration and quantum teleportation, followed by molecular reintegration at another location. By effectively reprinting individuals atomically at a new location that they've been teleported to, teleportation, I think, could offer a new and unique form of immortality. It's sort of like when they're first beamed up, their body is broken down on a molecular level, and they're it's sort of like a map is built, a molecular map of that person. We're all just like atomic patterns, and then that information is transferred like a radio signal would be to the ship, where then that person's atomic molecular form is reconstructed. It's sort of also based on an old philosophical, moral thought experiment, because you're essentially destroying a person and then transferring them over a distance and then rebuilding them again. And there's sort of like this philosophical conundrum or riddle or what have you of is the person still them? If you take Bob and you deconstruct him on a molecular level and then rebuild him somewhere else, is it still Bob? Does he still have his soul and his consciousness? But it just kind of always made me think as well, it could be like a backup body for you. If something happens to you and you have your sort of your information stored somewhere, you could always just have like a backup body. I thought that would be kind of cool. And this idea of teleportation has been around for a zillion years now. It wasn't only just in the show Star Trek. Before that, by decades before that, it was in the original movie The Fly. A scientist tries to teleport himself, and he is successful, but a fly gets in the machine as he does so. When he's atomically reconstructed, he has parts of the fly in him, and I'm sure, which is pretty gross. But the idea of teleportation is not just a science fiction idea anymore. With the advent of quantum computing and quantum technology, quantum teleportation is something that researchers today are actively working on, and some scientists are asserting they think they'll be able to teleport a human soon. So maybe we'll get it. With all the continued advancements in these technologies, we're moving closer every day to a world where human longevity is significantly extended beyond anything we've ever imagined before. I mean, I wonder what would it mean for someone to live to be 150, 200, 500, 1,000 years old? Is there a psychological age limit that the human psyche would would find a barrier to? Is there a point where we would just go insane? 5, 10,000 years of age, and in the future, is the income gap between the rich and the poor becomes more pronounced. I wonder, just as we have different classes today of economic status, could there one day be different classes of humans who have access, some to life extension technology? But I mean, if we're really going to start exploring the universe, uh, a massive extension of our lifespans, or the technology to digitize them or upload our consciousness may become necessary if we're ever going to travel the vast cosmic distances required and the long periods of time it would take to really get anywhere in our cosmos. It's a really exciting time to watch this field unfold of human longevity, and I'm super optimistic that I will live to be at least 100,000 years old. And imagine how good a guitar I would be by then. That would be incredible. Speaking of awesome, it's War of the Worlds 4. The drones are still live in the skies of New Jersey. UFOs are invading America and the world. It's part 2 of the show this week, and we're closing things out again, as you guessed it, the UFO mystery drones. They're still going on. Over the past week, it's like the millionth week in a row, New Jersey skies still buzzing with reports of drones. After originally being seen for weeks across the skies of New Jersey, drones have now been spotted in multiple states, including New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and even as far as California and Florida. The sightings have raised concerns about privacy, national security, and the potential for foreign or even alien involvement. I think it's aliens. Despite extensive investigations, authorities have yet to identify the source or purpose of these drones, which again I think says to me equals aliens. This week, the government also closed more airspace within New Jersey, banning all drones from flying now in large portions of the state. Several lawmakers have also expressed frustration over the lack of transparency and answers from federal agencies. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and other U.S. senators have now called for a briefing from the Department of Homeland Security, FBI, and the FAA to get to the bottom of the mystery, they say. Local officials, including New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, have also voiced their concerns and demanded more information. The lack of concrete evidence, they say, has left many seemingly frustrated and anxious with zero answers from the federal government. Fascinating. Also, this past week, the Pentagon released a new report detailing hundreds of new incidents involving UFOs. The report, compiled by the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, otherwise known as AARO, reviewed 757 UFO cases reported globally to U.S. authorities between May 2023 and June of 2024. This figure includes 272 incidents that took place before this period but had gone unreported until now. Most reported incidents occurred in airspace, but 49 of them are recorded at altitudes of at least 62 miles, which is officially classified as outer space. The Pentagon report includes accounts of a green fireball, a flashing multicolored jellyfish, and a 6-foot silver rocket that was seen hovering in the sky. One intriguing case involved a close encounter between a commercial airliner and UFO off the East Coast that was reported this past week in the New York Times. Fascinating stuff out there. I hope 2025 is finally the year we make contact. That is it for the show this week. Thank you so much, guys. Living forever, immortality, UFOs, totally normal, regular topics that you can't stop thinking about, and I can't either. I totally get it. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe, like. I'm everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, the bus station. Thank you again so much, guys. Have a great week.